Well, hello there, and welcome back to my channel. Today is Saturday. Yes, and that means it's time for some cartoons. Today we are drawing the beloved character from Garfield. No, not Garfield, but the lovable pooch named ODIE, the brown-eared yellow dog that has a drooling complex, and an attention span that rivals Dory from Finding Nemo. As far as I can tell anyway. But I remember ODIE being my favorite from that series. Yeah, I think Garfield was not my favorite, if you ask me. Garfield should have been a lot nicer to my pal ODIE. So, moving on from my preferences and all that, the cartoon series that started it all, Garfield, was once released as John in 1976, then nationwide as Garfield in 1978, and is an American comic strip created by Jim Davis, and it has been syndicated in approximately 2,580 newspapers and journals, and growing, as it actually holds the Guinness Book of World Records for being the world's most nationwide, most widespread comic strip ever. Who knows? I don't know about if it's the numbers around the world, but it definitely could be. So, here's a little fact for you. The series actually takes place in Muncie, Indiana. I've never been there. Have any of you been there? That's where Jim Davis was actually from. And did you know that there's a contradiction about ODIE's origins? Well, in the original story, he was brought in by one of John's friends, and then his friend left the story arc and left ODIE behind with dear old John. And then in a recent live action / cartoon / movie, just from a few years ago, John adopted him from a local shelter, therefore causing a paradox, if you will, in the Garfield timeline. So, who else likes ODIE? I mean, he's not my favorite from all cartoons. Like, I don't have a collection of ODIE merch, but out of Garfield, I like ODIE the best. And speaking of merch, check out my merch shop on Redbubble. It's under the same name as my channel. I'm kind of sketchy, and also check out my graphic novel on Amazon. I have 2 so far. One's called Blood Vein Salvation, and a sequel called Blood Vein Purgatory. Issue number 1. It's a comic book series that's going to spin off from the original Blood Vein Salvation graphic novel, and there'll be more to come. So please check those out as well. Well, hey, you know what? You can't really blame me for plugging my merch on my own channel after all. Garfield series was actually designed as a strip made to sell as much merch as possible. So really, I'm just following in a long series of characters that their purpose was selling and making money. He-Man was the same, Thundercats was the same. Heck, at least 90% of all cartoons from the 1980s were specifically designed to sell action figures, t-shirts and stickers and mugs and such. I can't speak for the more modern series, but the ones I grew up with and really loved were all made to make me want to buy the toys. Well, I'm going to leave you here for a moment to finish watching the rest of this drawing, and I'm going to get ready to see you at the end of this episode here on I'm Kinda Sketchy. And here we are at the end of yet another Cartoon Saturday here on I'm Kinda Sketchy on YouTube.com. I'd like to thank you for showing up and for watching my videos and for subscribing and liking and sharing with all your beautiful friends out there. As always, I'm your artist Logan, and I'm Kinda Sketchy, and I'll catch you laters.